It was just 3 years ago that three friends, Nolan Benjamin, Francis Paul, and Clifford Tardieu, started hanging out at Movie Town, Port of Spain, Trinidad. Due to the constant attention their classic cars got, they just kept going on back. The three grew into 5, then 14, then 30, and then they became a really good group of friends from different backgrounds with different views. The one thing that brought them together is a mutual respect for the way things used to be, values, social norms, technology, and history. The objective was simple: to engender the love and respect for everything old school, especially cars, and to show the younger generations that these cars and their discoveries made in their time were responsible for the vehicles they admire and idolize today. With some funds raised from a few get-togethers, they held their very first car show, and within only 2 weeks' notice, they put together over 130 antique and classic cars together at Bhagwan Singh's Hardware. According to Source magazine, who knew all these cars existed in Trinidad and Tobago. The guys at the V8 Car Club always dreamt to have people from all walks of life, with all sorts of classic cars coming together to make one grand show.
It was a car show with a difference. The emphasis was to bridge a generational gap, and in the process have the youth of the nation show appreciation and respect for the motor cars of the past. One of the cars on show was a 1975 Continental Coupe, driven by Detective Ace Cannon on the television series of the 70s, named after the main star of the show. There was an interesting piece of history as to how car enthusiast Alan Ramdale came in possession of this motor car.
How we came to get this car is that Bhagwan Singh got tired of it and just parked it up. It was parked up 20 years, right? And I approached him and he said, well, if I wanted it, I had to pay a little change for it.
In making the rounds on the compound, there were quite a number of interesting vehicles, from this Al Capone motor car to this Rolls Royce. It was quite an eyeful for the spectators. This truck also stood out. So too was this Waltons-looking motor car. Public Relations Officer of the Trinidad and Tobago V8 Car Club, Clifford Tardieu, says they started the club just about a year ago, quite by chance.
Our club is one of most 40s and 50s, guys in their 40s and 50s. You'll see cars that are not exactly original. We try not to pick and choose and, look at that, look at this, We try to accept each other and move on from there.
Tardieu added, the club's main objective is to show respect and appreciation for things of the past. In this case, motor cars.
Everything has a beginning, and cars of the very first century, 1904, 1905, the Model Ts, the Model As, that's where cars came from. The same way the music you're hearing in the background came from music before that time. We want to help young people to appreciate and respect older things.
Reporting for CNC3 Sports, I'm Astil Wren.
So to the south they went and pulled up one awesome show. Over 150 antique muscle cars and classic cars ranging from 1929 to 1985 were there. Even motorcycles and 6 second drag cars. They even had a burnout competition and gave away a pimped out Ford Escort. Those in attendance were truly impressed with how well everyone got along. People mingled, exchanged ideas, children played, teenagers asked questions. They were enjoying themselves whilst learning. The club even went to communities throughout the year and donated toys and assisted the Grant a Wish Foundation. Such was their diversity that they were used by a foreign film company to supply over 60 classic cars for the film Limbo, due to be released in the T&T Film Festival in September 2011.
Welcome to Trinidad.
How long are you staying? My husband's on a 3-year contract. Skål Sonja. Det är allt kul vi kommer ha medan ingenjörerna håller på med sitt.
Hard to tell. Excuse me? I think you should go back to Norway.
She seems so delicate.
She's a good pastor till her one.
Where are you going?
And then they all rolled on to the Queen's Park Savannah, where they held their 2011 Grand Auto Show. It would never have been possible without the assistance of some faithful sponsors. They fulfilled their promise to give away a modified muscle car, a true V8.
Say, Vikash Maharaj. Come.
Never before had anyone built a car from scratch and then give it away to their fellow man. So even in a world of shame and fortune, just look into your pockets and write a check. And so the hope is that people see the positives in what the V8 Club has been able to do in 2 years since the first show. It was not and will never be a money-making thing, but rather to encourage those with classics to bring them out of their garages, tombs and hiding places and share them with the present generation.